And we're live. Super Bowl week. Super Bowl festivities. We got all the teams traveling there. They get to do all their team interviews and all that fun stuff. It is Super Bowl week. Hopefully, we get a good Super Bowl. I know a lot of people are down about the Super Bowl this year, but I don't know. I think it could still be a good game. And maybe it's not who we wanted to see, but hopefully, it would still be a good game. Make sure to hit that like button. What's up, Down with Fun? Glad you're here. And yeah, we're going to be doing at least one mock draft today. We'll see how many people we get in here. We'll give it a few 5-ish minutes or so to see if we get more people in here to mock with us. If you're watching on replay, I'll leave a timestamp in probably both the description and as a comment to when the mock actually starts, so you can kind of skip all this stuff and just watch the rookie mock. So Senior Bowl just happened, put out a video, so make sure to check out that. And yeah, it's officially Dynasty rookie season. I know the Super Bowl, obviously is still we have yet to play it, but it's really for us Dynasty players. It feels like it's our time of year to start researching and continue to research and mock drafts and all that fun stuff. So we have the Senior Bowl, which generally does affect draft stock and things like that. We had some guys perform well, some guys perform not so well, and I did put out a video about that. But we have guys like Jack Besh, who was a stud in the Senior Bowl and during the practices and all that. He seems to be rising up people's boards. Jackson Dart. Ollie Gordon's an interesting one, weighing in at 233. I don't know if people are excited or not excited or whatever, but by the way, I'm going to leave the link to the mock draft here. We'll see how many people we get. I think last time we had 4 or 5 people mocking. This time we might only have just a couple, but either way, it will still be fun. If you're interested in doing a mock draft, make sure to join our Discord. That's the easiest way to get into it. As we progress, as we get closer to the NFL draft, we're going to get more people that want to do a Dynasty rookie mock draft. So joining our Discord is kind of the way to do it. And just click on the link there that I left in the description to join the mock draft. Click on the link here that I'm also leaving to join the Discord if you want to join the Discord here. So yeah, it looks like we got a couple people in here already, which is good to see. I'd love to start getting a full on 12 people and all that. What's up, Garlic Bread? Good to see you. Happy Monday. Again, join that if you want to join the mock draft. Join the link. I'm going to share the tab here. So we still got some spots if you want to join. But yeah, what did you guys think of? I don't know if you guys followed the Senior Bowl or whatsoever. Does that play into how you guys rank these rookies, or does it really not matter too much for you guys? What's your overall thoughts on the Senior Bowl in general? Because I think it does affect draft stock a little bit, but I also think it could be a little bit overblown to a certain extent. I'm also going to move. Nope, don't want to go there. There we go. I think it also kind of. I think we can exaggerate it just a little bit, right? Put too much stock into all that stuff. Just making sure I have the settings right. Linear, 12 team. I'm going to put no time limit just in case we have to make picks on some of the blank spots here. Rookies, and we have a 2 QB. We'll probably just do 3 rounds, not 4 rounds, but I'll put 4 rounds in there. So if you guys are watching, hit the like button. And subscribe if you're not. I know most of you in here are already subscribed. And join the Dynasty Rookie Draft. The link is in the comments here. Link is in the comments right here, so you can join that if you so please, and do a mock draft. I'll also leave it in our Discord under the live stream tab. So if you want to just do it from there as well. Copy link. There we go. And we'll probably start this up in about 5 minutes or so. So Senior Bowl is league dependent. Only the really degenerate leagues will put a lot of stock. Most people wait until the ADP shakes out 2 months from now. Yeah, for sure. Not a ton of dynasty moves right now. Senior Bowl will affect the NFL team drafting talent, which affects dynasty. Yeah. It's one of those, like, I think we're starving for like dynasty news. Us degens here, we're starving for dynasty news that we'll kind of we'll take whatever we can get. And so maybe sometimes that, like, oh, Senior Bowl, and we let that affect our thoughts on these guys way too much. On Senior Bowl, I'll take your lead a bit there, Mike, but how great on Real Action, I think. Yeah, for sure. There's some guys, and I mentioned this, I put out a video. By the way, Peter, are you in this rookie draft? If you want to join us, go ahead and join us. Link is in the Discord and in the chat here. If you want to join the sleeper mock draft here, we'll start in just a few minutes, but like to get a few more people in there before we start. But if we have to start, we will. And if you're watching on replay again, we'll give you a timestamp for when it actually starts. But by the way, this is going to be a 12-team, just a simple super flex. We'll do 1 point tight end premium, PPR, 1 point tight end premium league there. So that will be the settings. Yeah, it's okay, Peter. If you want to try again, I mean, we need to fill up spots anyway, so I don't mind if you try again. If it doesn't work, we'll just pick for you like last time. So it's not a big deal for me. It's not like it ruined anything because if we had a bunch of people that were trying to get in, it'd be different story. But real quick before we get started with the Senior Bowl, I think it makes a big deal with like someone like Harold Fannin, who played in the MAC, right? And now he's going up against guys, of his equivalent skill level and better than him or whatever. And he dominated. Harold Fannin dominated in the MAC, led the entire Division I in catches and yards. But he didn't look that good. And from what I read and saw, he didn't look that good in the Senior Bowl. Didn't look as explosive, wasn't good at blocking, couldn't create separation. And that makes you think a little bit. It makes you think a little bit for sure. Like, it's guys, other guys, we have 3-4 years of tape on those guys. If you played in the SEC, like the Senior Bowl is not going to make or break you. Like, we have multiple years to look at your film and see how you did. But, maybe with someone like Harold Fannin, it might affect him. So, once again, guys, we're going to be starting this mock draft here very, very soon. So if you want to join it, we still have spots open. As you can see, join our rookie mock draft. The link is right here. I'll also repost it to join, but I already posted it if you look further up the chat list, but I'm going to post it again here. You can join that rookie mock. And if you don't want to join and you just want to give your input as we go along, we're going to have some auto picks here. I'll get you guys' opinion, but we will start this up in just a few more minutes. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts about the Senior Bowl. Like, it's good for some guys. Other guys, it's better to just, like, why don't we look at the years of tape that we already have on them and kind of make a better determination. So very interested to see how this goes. I'm starting to get the feeling with these quarterbacks that these teams at the top, in the top 5, Giants, my first mock draft, no parameters or anything. Again, just we're doing a 12-team super flex PPR 1 tight end premium. So just go with what you want. And I don't have any landing spots for today. So usually we do it with landing spots from a mock draft, but so no landing spots for today. So just kind of, we're not playing in a world where these guys have teams, so you can just go with who you like. But we're going to give a 1 minute countdown before we start this. So if you're watching and you want to hop in a mock, go ahead. 1 minute countdown there. Link is right here. I forgot what I was saying though about with the quarterbacks, these top 5 teams, Tennessee, Cleveland, and Giants in particular. I'm starting to get the feeling they might pass on a quarterback and just take, this draft is deep with defensive talent. You have guys like obviously Travis Hunter, who is the two-way player, Abdul Carter, Mason Graham. Like they might just go the course of taking one of those guys and then maybe taking a shot on a quarterback in the early second round, like a Jackson Dart or something, and kind of give him a year, see if you have anything. If not, you'll be picking near the top again, most likely in a better quarterback draft. So, but anyways, let's just get started here. If you are watching and you want to give your input on where guys should go, let me know. But we're just going to start this up again. 12-team Superflex PPR tight end premium, 1 point tight end premium here. Just doing the mock draft, and there's Ashton Jainty, of course, the number one pick in all formats, seemingly. So I don't really know what's going to change that, to be honest. Like, what's going to change Ashton Jainty from not being the number one pick? And then we have Cam Ward. So down with fun, are you just taking the approach of like Superflex rookie drafts? We got to take quarterbacks, even if they're maybe not as highly rated as previous years, because it's positional value there. Because I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all, but I have seen guys like Cam Ward and Ted McMillan fall pretty far. Yeah, big quarterback guy. And I tell people this, like, I'm going to go ahead and make a pick here. And I'm going to go with I'll go with the running back here. I think still my RB2 is Amarion Hampton. Big quarterback guy. And yeah, I think like I tell people, the rookie draft is like probably the cheapest place you can get a starting quarterback, right? And trading for a guy is a lot more difficult. So I'm going to go Hampton here, and then I'll take another pick. And then if one of you guys want to chime in on who you would go next, I'll go ahead and make that pick here. But I'm also going to go with Luther Burden, who I'm kind of rising up on Luther Burden a bit. I kind of have him in that same tier as Ted. So next name I see is who I will take. The next four names, you guys can make the pick from 6, 7, 8, 9. Anyone watching, just drop a name on who you would pick. Again, this is a 1 point tight end premium. Who would you take here? But yeah, I'm kind of rising on Luther Burden a little bit, and Travion Henderson done. And I like Travion Henderson a lot. Garlic Bread, is he kind of right now? Yeah, his name is badass. Is he your RB2, Garlic Bread, right now, where we stand? Again, it's February 3rd. A lot's going to change, but would you have him as your RB2, or would you have him Marion Hampton or someone else over him? Yeah. I just think like the way he wins, and I think a lot of people are concerned because he played 80% or whatever it was in the slot at Missouri. But, Justin Jefferson did the same exact thing at LSU. He played like exclusively from the slot, basically. And obviously we see like that doesn't necessarily mean that you can't play outside in the NFL. So I think Luther Burden can play outside. I think he wins on routes from the outside. So like 2.5, super close with Hampton. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and take our first tight end. It is a tight end premium, so I'm going to go Tyler Warren. He's my tight end one. I love Tyler Warren. I love the versatility. I'm a sucker for versatile players, and yeah, Peter says it's Tyler Warren time. What about the 108, 109? Give me two names, guys. Anyone watching, throw out who you would take here. Again, it is a super flex league. It is a 1 point tight end premium, but I'm a huge Tyler Warren guy, man. Like, the guy is just awesome. Like, I love the versatility, and I think he can just be such a weapon. He's going to get on the field because of his blocking, and I think that's kind of an underrated thing. I know a lot of people think like, oh, I don't want my tight end blocking. It's fantasy, right? Shedeur Sanders it is. But also, if you get in a situation where you're not going to be used as a blocker, you're not going to get on the field enough, and that's going to limit your opportunities. Dalton Kincaid's kind of a perfect example right now of a guy who's just not getting on the field enough to be consistent for fantasy. So we got Shedeur Sanders, and then let me know at the 109 who you guys would take. That one fun. If these quarterbacks don't go with they don't go in the top 5. Let's say like Cam Ward falls to like the 20s, and then Shador Sanders, let's just say they both fall outside the top 15. Are you still taking them this high, or are you going to pass on them? So I see Abuka first, so I'm going to put a Mecca Abuka in there, and then I'm going to go ahead and draft. Who am I going to draft? I'm going to go ahead and take Caleb Johnson. I think he's my RB 3/4 right now. So I'll take this Cade. I will. That will be the 112 pick. I'll take. I'm going to lean Golden right now, so I'm going to go with Golden unless Peter wants to take him. And let me know, Peter, if it's working for you or not. All the way in Australia. By the way, Australia, I lived there for about 8 months. They need to fix their damn internet problems, man. I like Abuka, always second wide receiver, but those wide receiver one are elites. Yeah, for sure. I think Abuka is going to be like the perfect 2 for a team, and that doesn't mean he can't be productive. I just think like he's better off being the 2. I think he thrives in it. Like if he goes to, I don't know, like if he goes and plays with CD Lamb or something like that, like, or I'm trying to think off the top of my head where else he can go, but I think he's going to be awesome and super productive player there. And then we have Travis Hunter as a at the 111. Peter, I want to ask you and anyone else watching, if we don't know what Travis Hunter is going to play as, are we still taking him here? Like if it's a complete mystery, he could be a cornerback, he could be a wide receiver, he could be a mix of both. Are we still taking him here, or should he fall closer to sometime in the second round? And then I'm going to go with Cade here. Cade threw out a couple guys. I'm going to go ahead and take Golden. I like Golden a little bit more than Royals, although I do really like Royals. So Cade talked about Royals or Golden, and I will take them, and we're back on the clock with Benjamin. So yeah, are we taking Travis Hunter at the 111 if it's a legit mystery, which I think it's going to be? I don't think we're going to know if he's going to be what his role is going to be on the team he's taken, the team that takes him. So down to fun, I assume Ward will have at least top 10 draft capital. I wouldn't draft him highly if he didn't. If they land in the 20s, then I think 105 to 109 is a good spot for them. Yeah, fair enough. Isaiah Bond at the 201. Interesting. I just don't know how to feel about Bond. I need to go back and watch him more. The lack of production is concerning for me. I know the speed's there, and that's going to get him drafted probably day 2, maybe early day 2. But like the lack of production is slightly concerning for me. I wish he was just more. I think he's only had like 2 games in the over 100 yards. So right now I'll take a shot at 111. If Hunter might be honestly, because if Hunter's a wide receiver, he might be the wide receiver one. Like you could argue for him at the 102. So that's like where the gamble comes in, right? If you hit on that, you hit. And I just realized like Holston Loveland going at the 203, man, and a 1-point tight end premium is pretty insane. Like I'm starting to really like this draft class. I don't know if it's just because I'm invested in these rookies and watching them like crazy, but man, like in a tight end premium, he probably should have gone a little bit higher. That's okay. We're mocking for a reason. I actually put out a mock draft video on Friday and completely forgot to draft Loveland, which was a total miss by me. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take a pick here. And then anyone else with we have teams that we need to fill. So go ahead and throw out who you would take here in this next section. I'm going to go ahead and take a guy that is rising up draft boards is Besh from TCU. He killed it at the Senior Bowl. Was like the best player, not even just like during the game or he was all week. All week he was awesome. So yeah, I think that's I'm going to go ahead and take him. He seems to kind of, if he has a good combine, I think he's going to solidify himself as a top 50 pick in the draft. So I've seen people compare him to Godwin, where it's like he's not overly impressive in like one specific area, athletically, but like he just knows how to get open. So let me know, guys, if you're watching. Anyone, just throw out some names for the next 5 picks here. Whatever I see, I'm going to start taking. Again, this is a super flex tight end premium, 1 point PPR, 1 point tight end premium. No landing spots or anything. So let me know who you guys would take in this area here. I see Neil. James mentioned Neil. So I'm going to go with Devin Neal. We're going to take Devin Neal here. By the way, so I'm going to go back to Cade mentioning Royals, and I'll go ahead and take Jalen Royals here, who is a fun player for sure. I really like Jalen Royals. Interested to see where he goes in the draft. So we got 3 more picks, guys. 3 more picks before we get to the next pick. So keep throwing names out there. Don't know about Hunter. I think he lands around the 112. Yeah, I think that's right where Peter took him until the early second round. First couple picks of the second round. I think that's kind of where Travis Hunter should probably go, right? If we're taking that risk on him. So, yeah, let me know here again. This is a 1 point tight end premium. Who are we taking at the 207? Go ahead and throw a name out. Anyone else? James, Cade, anyone drafting? Go ahead and do it. If not, I'll make the pick here. But yeah, it's fascinating with the Hunter stuff. I wonder, like, let's picture a scenario where, so let's just say like Tennessee takes him, Travis Hunter. So they take him 101, and then they draft a receiver with their second round pick. Does that scare you away from Travis Hunter a bit? Does that maybe give you a peek into what they're going to be doing? I don't know. It's an absolutely fascinating situation here. So I don't see anyone typing any names, so I'm going to go ahead and take a player here. Who would I take? It is a tight end premium. Okay, I saw a name. Alec Heilmanner at the 207. I like it. I like the pick. I think he has all the tools to be like a very good wide receiver, whether that's a 2 or a 1, I'm not sure. Like, can he just turn into just like a wide receiver that plays a lot, but he doesn't mean anything for fantasy? Sure, he could. Every team has those wide receiver 2s or 3s on their team. Michael Wilson, even, I'm not even saying that because they went to the same school, but guys like that. I'm going to go ahead and take Dylan Sampson here. I think, yeah, I'll go ahead and take. I like Dylan Sampson a lot. Honestly, like Dylan Sampson to me is like, I can argue for him to be in that tier of guys like Hampton and Caleb, and maybe just outside that tier. So, anyone 109? Anyone want to make the pick that's watching? Go ahead and throw a name out there. By the way, if you are watching, make sure to hit the like button on the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're going to be doing multiples of these through May, basically. I think most people do their rookie drafts up through May. So we'll be doing that. So if you want to know when we go live, it's going to be Mondays around this time, Wednesdays a little bit later around 9:30 Eastern, Thursdays around this time, and then Thursdays are going to change a little bit, and then Saturday mornings we'll be doing mock drafts. If you want your team reviewed, we will be reviewing teams, and so we can do that for you. The way to get all that set up and to join our mock drafts and all that is to join our Discord, which I'm going to leave you the link in the chat here. It's free. Join the Discord. We're building up a bit of a community there. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and take back-to-back picks here. I got Harris. Okay. Peter says Trey Harris. I assume he meant Trey Harris. And so I'm going to go ahead and take Trey Harris there. And then, you know what? I'm going to take the riser up the boards here, Elijah Arroyo. It is a 1 point tight end premium, but he probably had the biggest rise. I know Besh was like maybe the best player, fantasy player, relevant player all week, but Arroyo kind of came out of nowhere, and some people are thinking he's the tight end 3 now in this draft class. So I'll go ahead and grab Arroyo there out of Miami. I'm curious and interested in getting into some of his tape a little bit more and seeing and hopefully he goes second round or something. This tight end class, man, is pretty deep though. I will say that this tight end class is absolutely a deep class. So Peter's on the clock. I know he's a little bit delayed. But so if Tennessee did that, I don't think I would be too worried because that team has nobody outside of Ridley. That's fair. But if they roll with Levis again, yeah, I wonder what they're going to do there. I mean, they're what their GM said, like, we don't pass up on generational talents. I can't imagine they were talking about one of those quarterbacks. I can't imagine they were. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they were. But I can't imagine that's who they were talking about. So as Jalen Milroe goes off the board, did not have a great Senior Bowl, but he runs the ball, and that's the fantasy cheat code. So if he still gets taken in the second round, I'm fine with taking him there. Man, there's still so many good players. I'm going to go Cam Scattaboo here and get it back to the top of the draft. And then we got Ollie Gordon. Benjamin, I think you were in one of our mocks and you took Ollie Gordon. How did you feel? How do you feel about him? Like, do you feel like this is the appropriate place to take a shot on him, despite his bad year, last year, his disappointing year last year? I would hope the Titans would bring in someone for competition field, Zach Wilson. Yeah, it's a pretty good quarterback free agency in terms of guys like that, to that level, like these 1 year bridge quarterbacks, stopgap type of guys. Like, let's see, quarterback free agents here. So you have Sam Darnold, Zach Wilson. I mean, even guys like Drew Lock, Justin Fields, Flacco, Jameis Winston, Mac Jones, Jimmy Garoppolo, maybe. Cooper Rush is interesting, who's played well when he played for the Cowboys. Russell Wilson, throw in Kirk Cousins. So, yeah, it's interesting. So hopefully they do something like that. Peter, yeah, definitely Milroe because he runs, right? Again, guys, throw out some names. Harold Fannin falling all the way to the 302. He was like an early second-round pick before, and I don't know if that's just the Senior Bowl or we just missed him or whatever, but throw out some names that you guys would take here from 304 to 310, and we can start drafting them. I know since we're so early, it's a little bit harder to fill out these this third round here. Yeah, they could take it probably is. It probably is. I mean, Mac Jones, he had his good rookie year, right? Like, he had the good rookie year. He obviously sucked after that. And then playing with Jacksonville, when he took over for Trevor Lawrence, like, he had some moments, man. And, like, everyone was dead in freaking New England, right? Everyone was dead. Yeah, like, no one did anything. Who was he throwing to? Kendrick Bourne and stuff like that? Like, his couple years there where he was terrible. Like, he wasn't – Hunter Henry was his best receiver. Like, now you give him Brian Thomas. Like, look at his numbers from week 10 onwards. Like, Mac Jones, he had some moments for sure. He had 1,644. Nick, Besh, we already took Besh right here at the 204. We took Besh at the 204. He's kind of rising up boards for sure. But yeah, 1,644 passing yards in 8 games there. So he was averaging 200 passing yards and, a touchdown a game or something. But I don't know. I'm probably overhyping Mac Jones more than I should be. But yeah, Besh we already took. Any other guys you would take? And by the way, if there's more of you out there that want to do another mock draft here, just leave a comment and yeah, we could take Higgins. Yeah, Nick, they're interesting. I think we're at the point right now where like I don't think there's a wrong answer. I know people are going to be very high on who they like and things like that, but um, we're at the point where like there's no right or wrong answer about like Royals versus Higgins versus um, all these other guys in this mid to late second round all the way through the third round because it's like we're still so early on in the process. So, what do you like about Higgins, Nick? I'm curious because I think he's an interesting one, and I think his teammates interesting as well. I'll go ahead and take a couple guys here. Just guys I want to throw out. DJ Giddens is someone I'm really high on, and RJ Harvey is another guy that I really like. So I'm just going to throw those two out there, and let me know, guys. Some other picks here at the 307, 308, 309 that you would take. Smooth, great body control, and he's quick for his size. Yeah. No, I think he's like when you compare him and Jalen Knoll, like I think Knoll is maybe at the safer in terms of fantasy and stuff, is like the safer prospect, but I definitely think Higgins has a better ceiling than someone like Knoll. I think Jaden Higgins has like all the tools to kind of put it together to be a legit receiver, like difference maker fantasy guy. So I like the early third dart grab. Yeah. He seems like someone whose stock is rising, could be a second rounder. Yeah, for sure. Again, it's a super flex league. If you hit on a quarterback that's going, early third round, like that's amazing. That's amazing value. So, yeah, I don't mind that at all. And he is rising, and he has a rushing. He can run the ball too. Like maybe he'll give you like Bo Nix type of running. But he rushed for I think last year was 500 yards. He had another year of over 600 yards, which is legit in college because you get minus rushing yards for sacks. So, any other picks here, guys, at the 307, 308, 309 that you want to throw out there? If you're watching, we have some non players picking here, so we could use some advice here. I mean, there's still good players out there, man. Like, still good players out there for sure. It is a 1 point. Matthew Golden was taken, Nick. We took him at the 112 here. Someone else mentioned taking Golden, so he went all the way at the 112. What's your thoughts on Golden, Nick? Where do you think he should be going in Dynasty rookie drafts? Because I really like Golden a lot. Like when you watch his film, especially from the college football playoffs, you think, oh, this guy had like 1,500 yards and 10 touchdowns. And, Texas was kind of interesting. They kind of spread the ball around a little bit, but I see a lot of potential with Golden. Like I want to slot him in as like kind of a fringe first round pick in the NFL draft and, in Dynasty rookie drafts as well. So I'm going to throw out someone who also had a big Senior Bowl. Mason Taylor looked really good in the Senior Bowl, so I'm going to put him out there. Again, it is a tight end premium, 1 point tight end premium that we're mocking here. So they use him emotional, a really talented guy. Yeah, I man, as kind of a Chargers fan, him and Arroyo looked good in the Senior Bowl. Yeah, I would like that for them. Devin Neal was taken here at the 205, Brendan. So Damian Martinez. I like Damian Martinez, Jeff, a lot. I like him a lot for sure. I've only watched a couple of his games, like all 22 games, but he's kind of rising up for sure. What about how are we feeling about Tez Johnson? I'm just going to throw him out there, Tez Johnson. By the way, if you're watching and you want to join a rookie mock draft, like just leave a comment saying like I do, and we can run another one. I'd love to get 12 teams filled out. We don't have 12, at least majority of it filled out here. That'd be awesome if we could do that. Brashard Smith had a big Senior Bowl as well. I'm just going to throw him out there as someone who's very interesting, potentially as a receiving back. So, but I can start up another Dynasty rookie draft, like mock draft. If you guys want to get in it, I'd love for that to get one more going potentially. So I'm gonna leave the link to it in the chat here. If you want to join it, go ahead and click and join it. If not, All good, all good. We don't have to run another one, but would be cool to run one more. Xavier Restrepo at the 311. Don't mind that pick for sure. Although I did hear some people talking about like his Senior Bowl maybe didn't look, it wasn't as good. Like maybe he's kind of limited in kind of what he can do. But we're talking about the end of the third round. I don't know about you guys, but I'm starting to really like this this Dynasty rookie class a lot. I really am. Like, it just seems very deep. Like, I'm just looking at some of the guys going, Cam Scatterbu, Ollie Gordon. There's potential here. Harold Fannin, Higgins, Giddens, and Harvey. I think because it's like we feel so good about these running backs, like it just makes it so deep. It makes it so deep. Yeah, join that other rookie mock draft. If you guys want to do a mock draft real quick and you're watching, go ahead and join it. And we can kind of switch over. Even if you mocked in this one, you can join the next one. I'd love to have 12 people kind of fill it out. This is the new one here. So I'd love to have 12 people kind of fill this out. That would be awesome if we could do that. Yeah, even if you were already drafting in the first one, go ahead and join the second one. I'd love for that to get you guys in here. So we got 4 spots. We need 8 more. We'll give it a few minutes. As people join that one. Make sure to hit the like button, guys, and the subscribe if you have not subscribed. We are marching our way to 1,100 subscribers. And yeah, we put out a lot of content, Dynasty price checks, rookie content, rookie scouting, mock drafts, all that fun stuff. We do team reviews. If you want a team review, you can join our Discord. We're going to put together some listener leagues as well. So we're going to be doing that probably in March. We'll start setting those up, some listener leagues. So there's the link to the Discord. And by the way, join this mock draft, best Dynasty channel around. Everyone else is a pretender. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good creators out there for sure. So I'm not going to call people pretend. I appreciate the support, down with fun. But yeah, I mean, a lot of good content out there for sure. And appreciate the support from everyone. So it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more spots. So Peter, you can get in. I know you're a little bit delayed, but join that one. Yeah, throw dirt on them. Now there's a lot of smart people out there for sure. Peter, join if you want. We're getting a decent amount of people in there, so we'll start it up in just a few minutes, guys. Again, I'll leave the link here. So, anyways, Peter, back to your question. If this class is deep, is it still running back and tight end deep? No, it's to me, it's running back and tight end deep. But because it's running back and tight end deep, I feel like that's kind of pushing some players down a bit. It's pushing some players down. And so you can get good wide receiver value there. You can get good wide receiver value, quarterback value. So I don't think it's particularly deep in the wide receiver or quarterback area, but I just think like there's going to be some decent, because people are going to, yeah, no problem, Peter. People are going to take these running backs very high. Then I think, there's a lot of guys that are going to get pushed down. So we're going to start this up in just a minute. So once again, if you want to join, we still have 6 spots open. Love to get that filled up. If not, all good. No worries, but there will be plenty more that we're going to be doing, but we'd love to get that filled out here. We'll give it another 3 minutes before we start it up. And so Jeff, what are you thinking here with the 101, 107, 109? Is this super flex? Who are you hoping to get? Who are you hoping to get there in this range? Obviously J&T at number 1, I would say, unless you're a non-J&T fan, which is fine. Who are you thinking of potentially getting at those spots there? Looks like we got another spot. Good. You got 2 minute warning, guys. 2 minute warning before we start this up. We're gonna do we'll run it. We'll run it back. We'll do a 12-team super flex PPR 1 point tight end premium. So tight ends will get 2 points per reception here. That's the settings. And we got about a 2-minute warning here before we start this bad boy up. But yeah, that's good draft capital. That's good draft capital for sure. I like the idea of trading back. I like the idea of trading back from the like if you're in the 103, 104 range to trading back to like the 107, 108, especially in a tight end premium, just because I'm going to make computers auto pick here this time, guys, if we have computers, and we'll do 60 seconds. But just because of, I don't know, it just seems like it's so deep in terms of like who can go from like the 102 to the 109. So we're going to go ahead and start this bad boy up. And let's jump right into it. We got Nick on the clock here. And let's see where he goes. Again, this is a 12-team super flex tight end premium and PPR, 1-point tight end premium PPR. And we'll see who Nick takes here. No landing spots. And we got the Jane T. Judkins and Buka. Okay, that's a good haul if you get that for sure. Welcome back, Garlic Bread. Obviously, the computer here is not going to know that it's a tight end premium. I'm going to go ahead and just take Tyler Warren. 1-point tight end premium, give him to me. Give him to me. I normally don't take tight ends that high, to be honest, but I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. So if you guys are just watching, once again, hit the like button on the video. It goes a long way to helping us and, gets eyes on the video and all that. If you guys have any questions, Dynasty questions, go ahead and ask them. I'll be happy to answer them the best I can. We also got smart people watching as well that can give you their opinion. So any trade questions or stashes or any of that fun stuff, go ahead and ask them away. So we got Warren, Burden, Judkins, Henderson, Hunter, Ibuka, and Shador, Sanders, and Caleb Johnson. Interesting. What do you guys think of Cam Ward and Shador Sanders? Apparently, what everyone's saying, yeah, Sanders at the 111, it would be insane. Apparently, what everyone's saying, like all the scouts and all the NFL personnel and stuff, we're all saying like it's Cam Ward and Shador Sanders. Like no one was saying they would take Shador Sanders over Cam Ward, which is interesting. Again, I have this sneaky feeling like we're going to potentially see these guys fall and not go in the top 5 picks and maybe fall to like outside the top 10 or something. I don't know. I think there could be a situation where that happens. Okay. We got Loveland. Fannon's gone. Loveland going at the 203 is probably a little crazy, right? I'm going to go ahead and take my guy, Matthew Golden. Again, I'm really high on Matthew Golden. Like him a lot. We got Matthew Golden, Jalen Milroe down with fun, sticking with the quarterbacks. Always take the quarterbacks there. Travis Hunter at the 109. I'll ask everyone that wasn't here last time, where would you take Travis Hunter if you don't know what he's going to play? It's a complete mystery. Where are you taking him? Does he deserve to still be a first-round pick, even if we don't know if he's going to play wide receiver that much? If you weren't here for that last discussion, let me know your thoughts there. We see Trey Harris go, Cam Scattaboo, Jordan James, Quinn Ewers. Again, computer picks. The rankings are a little wonky. The ADP is a little bit wonky, I would say. So don't necessarily take that for as truth or something. Just kind of looking at who we got going here. Dylan Sampson, who I really like, goes at the 211. I like that pick by Garlic Bread. We got Boots the Cat on the clock there. This is interesting. I'm going to pause the draft after the second round here and just ask who you guys, in terms of the value pick. I'm just going to pause it real quick. who's your best value pick here, guys? Like, who do you like the most out of the first 2 rounds? Again, this is a 1-point tight end premium, so tight end's getting 2 points per catch. Any guys that you really like here as a value pick? I mean, Colston Loveland at the 203 is probably pretty damn good value. I like the Dylan Sampson pick. Milrow, if he does we're not playing with landing spots here, but Milrow, if he does go in the early second round, that's really, really good value there that I like. Let me know your guys' value picks here before I start this bad boy back up. Ollie Gordon at the 202 is interesting. Again, that was a computer pick, so pretty interesting there, but Loveland is probably my pick. Yeah. I mean, I don't see Loveland falling that far in a 1-point tight end premium. I just don't. So, but again, like it just plays into like, I think this class, I know it got billed as like, this class isn't that good. I think it's really damn good, man. I think it's really damn good. I'll start this back up and you guys can still let me know who you like there with the picks. But yeah, guys, if you have any questions, Dynasty questions, whatever, you can drop them in the chat. Johnson at 12, Bo says, I like that. Yeah, I like Johnson at 12 too. He's potentially the RB2 in this draft class, potentially, if you're getting him at the 112. Like, that's why I'm saying, like, I really like the idea of trading back. I really, really like the idea of, if I'm sitting here at the 103, 104, trading back to the 108, 109, 110, and like if I can get a combination of like Caleb Johnson plus a really good asset versus Omarion Hampton, like I'm going to take the Caleb Johnson side and I'm going to diversify a little bit. So I think it's definitely a tier down, trade back type of thing. I'm going to go ahead and take yeah, I'll go Damian Martinez here. Why not? Out of Miami there. Miro didn't look good. No, he did not look good. He did not look good. I think there's a good chance that he falls. It's always easy. So you look at mock drafts, and I just feel like we always see quarterbacks going higher than they actually will, especially those second tier guys. And I think it's just so easy to mock quarterbacks to people, like to teams. So I think there's a very good chance that Milrow falls. I really do. Alec Iomanner at the 307 is insane. I know we're playing with some auto picks here, but or we're drafting with some. I mean, Jalen Royals at the 308 is insane too. My God. That's crazy. The ADPs are a little bit wonky here, so I'd imagine that those auto picks probably wouldn't be going there. Elijah Arroyo, I love it. Love it. He is a riser for sure. Maybe the tight end 3 in this draft. I know Harold Fannin had a tough Senior Bowl for sure, and people are a little bit worried about that. We'll see. It just takes one team to buy into him, right? He really does need to land. Yeah, Savion Williams. I'm a big Savion Williams fan. I really am. Like, the dude is maybe like a top 5 athlete in terms of fantasy players, like in this draft. Is that Mike Evans? And so like I'm big on Savion Williams. My issue is, for me, he really needs to be team dependent. Like, if any team's going to throw him out there and be like, oh, go line up outside and win, like, he's not going to do well. But I want to see him like Cordero Patterson. And like Cordero Patterson, if we're being completely honest, should have been used how he's been used the last 5 years of his career, his entire career. That's how he should have been used. Like, I don't get the logic of like, this guy is like the greatest, by numbers, the greatest pure kick returner of all time in terms of touchdowns and stuff. Why aren't more teams using him like, hey, why don't we just get the ball in his hands and let him eat, instead of trying to make him a wide receiver? Let's just make him in a situation where we we lined him up where we put him in situations where he can thrive, and just get the ball in his hand. So I hope a team uses Savion Williams like him, like that, because the dude's electric with the ball in his hands. I just don't think he's a very good. I don't think he can just go out and win one-on-one, as an outside receiver. So do I have Arroyo above Gadsden? Yeah, I do. At this point, I do. My issue with Gadsden is a run day. I like him a lot, but he's another one where I'm a little bit concerned of how he's going to be used. Like he's that tweener, right? He's that tweener. By the way, DJ Giddens at the 4'11". In terms of his size, like the production is insane. But like even if you look at his like Football Reference page, he's listed as a wide receiver / tight end. And like his 2 healthy years at Syracuse were awesome. He was by far their best receiving player. He had like basically 1,000 yards, basically like 1,000 yards there. And so my issue is like, is he going to be a tweener? And we see these guys who we know are like really good receivers, and the problem is they don't do everything that's required of being a every down tight end, right? And so they don't get on the field enough. Chigakonkwo, Mike Gesicki, Jonnu Smith. Like, I don't think it's a coincidence that we see these guys. Have good seasons when they're used right, but then disappear, right? Like, well, where'd they go? And I think it's because they're kind of those tweeners, right? So there's a lot of these guys in this draft. Gadsden's one of them. Arroyo, I think, is a little bit bigger and can probably play the tight end position a little bit better. So Warren at the 105 is crazy early. Yeah, it is a tight end, 1-point tight end premium, but I like to change things up. I like to change things up for sure. But, I've seen Warren mocked in like the top 10 of the NFL draft. So it is going to depend. I really like Warren though. Like, it's funny because we say that. I'm not comparing him to Brock Bowers, but it's like, we just saw Brock Bowers have an amazing season. We saw Sam Laporte have an amazing season. So if Tyler Warren, if they use him like his versatility like he is, like I think he could be a really damn good player. Love Gadsden. His dad was a baller. Yeah, his dad was a good player for sure. I don't know. He's an interesting one. Again, like to me, he's just too much of a tweener. So like a team's going to have to buy into him, the right team. The right team's going to have to buy into him. Appreciate you down with fun. Appreciate you stopping in and drafting with us. So, but I'll probably spend the last 10 minutes here, guys. If you have any questions, Dynasty questions, rookie questions, anything like that, let me know. And trades, whatever it is. Appreciate everyone watching again. We're going to be doing these throughout the entire draft season. Basically, I know most people do their Dynasty rookie drafts in May. So we'll probably be doing these rookie drafts through May. We do team reviews. If you want your team reviewed, join our Discord here. If you want any other content, we put out Dynasty price checks. So we kind of check in on these veteran players. If we're buying, we're selling, we're holding. We do a lot of rookie stuff. So just make sure to subscribe to the channel. Our live stream schedule is Mondays at 6 Eastern, Wednesdays at 9:30 Eastern. Thursdays is going to change. I'm going to try and do 6 or 7 Eastern, but it might change. And then Saturday mornings around 12, mid-morning, late morning around 12 Eastern time. So join us for all those. Again, join the Discord. It is free. And yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything, appreciate everyone that stopped in to mock draft with us. We're getting more and more people, and we're going to continue to do this. And yeah, hopefully we get that. Hopefully we get the whole one filled so we can get some non-computers drafting. But yeah, Gadsden's an interesting one for sure. He's an interesting one. I'm just curious where he's going to go. Right? I'm just very curious because the team has to value. Like Jaheim Bell was a good example of like a player who got some hype. Jaheim Bell played at South Carolina and FSU his last year. Got some hype, super versatile, good receiving tight end, but he was small. He was a tweener. He was like 230 pounds. He was kind of like a Harold Fannin. And it's like those guys, they're too big to win at wide receiver consistently, and they're too small to do all the things that a team wants to. Essentially, a team doesn't want you to know what they're going to do on every play. If it could look like you're going to run the ball every play, that's kind of how the Lions dominate. Like you watch the Lions play, and it's like you don't know. Like the Lions pass and throw out of every formation that looks like or pass and run out of formations, and the formations look exactly the same almost, right? And so I just think that's why we see these guys like Gesicki and Jonnu and guys like that. Like they can have good seasons and then they can disappear if they get on the wrong team. Which we saw that with Jonnu, he flashed in Tennessee, went to the Patriots, died, and then went to the Falcons, started looking good. Had a career year with the Dolphins. So, but Barkley for 205, 108, 2026 first, Wicks and Wandale. So essentially to me, Bo, this is Barkley for the 108, the 26 first, Wicks and Wandale. One thing, how many starters do you have in this league? But are you starting 8, 9, 10? And is it a 12 team, 10 team? I don't think you're ever going to get better for Barkley than 2 firsts. Wicks and Wandale don't really mean much unless you play in a pretty deep starting roster. But if you play in any type of 12 team, start 10, 11 even, 9 or lower, that probably doesn't mean much. 2 firsts for Barkley is probably the best you're going to get. So I don't mind cashing out on him. So it's a 12-team super flex. How many starters, Bo? Are you starting how many quarterbacks, wide receivers, and tight ends and running backs can you start in your roster? But to me, start 10. Yeah. So Wandale and Wicks are not really pieces. Basically, it comes down to if you're starting Wandale and Wicks in a 12-team start 10, you're probably losing. Right? That's kind of the logic there. So really, to me, it's the 108 and a 2026 first for Barkley. Again, if you're trading away Barkley, I don't mind it because there's a very good chance this is the best you could ever get, right? If you had him this year, there's a very good chance you made the playoffs and maybe won. He's going to be coming off a 350 carry season, and there's a good chance things can go bad, right? So I don't mind it. I think it's the safe pick. I think it's the safe thing to do. You can easily lose this trade if Saquon comes out and is just awesome again in 2025, which is a very good possibility. I'm not worried about his age. I am worried about the amount of carries he had and him repeating it, but I'm also fine selling Barkley for this because I don't think you're ever going to get 2 firsts for him. After basically once the season, maybe during the season, if he's going off again, you could, but that's a risk. That's for sure a risk. So the 108, you're looking at maybe the RB3 or in this draft class, the 2026 first, if it's could be, let's just say Barkley gets hurt to that team you're trading him for. And then that team tanks. 2026 class, people are very excited for, especially in the quarterback department. So, yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with that, Bo. I am. And usually I want to move off of running backs during the offseason. That's kind of how I like to play, and I don't like to buy them unless I'm getting a bargain. So I would do it now, though, just in case something happens to him in the Super Bowl. Hopefully not, but that's an interesting one. I can see this one where both sides win, to be honest. So I don't think you're getting much more for Barkley, who's going to be 28 in pretty soon. So any other questions, guys? Let me know. Probably going to take off here soon, but appreciate everyone that stopped in and was watching again. I keep repeating myself, but join our Discord if you're watching on replay. join the Discord there. If you want your team reviewed, there's a channel in there. You can leave it. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe and the bell so you know when we go live. Appreciate you, Bo. Appreciate you. You traded CMC for that. Yeah, that's a good example of that people would have said you were crazy if you did that February 3rd last year, right? Maybe people don't say you're crazy, but I think a lot of people would choose the CMC side, which is fine. And it probably would have worked out if you did choose the CMC side had he stayed healthy. But that's the risk. And now, you'd be lucky. I don't know if you'd be lucky. You could probably still get a first for CMC. Maybe not now, but as we inch closer to the season. But yeah, I mean, that's the point there. You're diversifying Saquon into 2 firsts. No matter what, those first-round picks are going to go up in value. No matter what. There's nothing that's going to bring those first-round picks down. Nothing. They're only going to go up. For the 108, it's going to go up in value as we get closer to the rookie drafts and the NFL draft. The 2026 first, from this point on, is only going to go up in value. Whereas Saquon could go down. What if he gets hurt in the Super Bowl, right? What if the Eagles draft a running back in the second? I don't know. I don't think they're going to, but things like that. So that's the whole philosophy behind trading for those picks. So, but if there's no more question, guys, appreciate everyone. We will be back Wednesday evening. I think we got a team review to do Wednesday evening. Maybe we'll just be talking Dynasty as well. Maybe some trade, kind of like a trade show. Talk about some trades that people are posting in our Discord. So get in there. If you don't, it's free to download. We're going to be putting together listener leagues as well. So we're going to start that around March, I think. If you want to join a new Dynasty league and play with us, we're going to do that. So it's always fun to do a new startup league. So, but once again, appreciate everyone. And I will see everyone Wednesday evening, and have a great couple of nights and enjoy the Super Bowl week festivities.